Hello and welcome to Mastering Microsoft Excel video series. In this video, we are going to learn about filtering the data. There are a lot of concepts we're going to learn in this particular video. Right from the basic level, we will also discuss pretty advanced level concepts also. I will take you through gradually. Let's get into the Excel screen and let's do some filter. So I'm going to go to the Excel file which we're going to use for this exercise. Now look at this. The moment I see the data there, I could see there is a problem in the visibility of the columns because the column width is very small. So we learned in the earlier videos we can fit these columns in one go by just clicking on the left hand side, the intersection between the row and the column, and we need to go between any two column letters. Once you see this two-headed arrow, just double click, it automatically fits the column to the content. This is one way you can do it. In case if you want to know the shortcut key to do it, I'm going to press Ctrl Z or Ctrl Z, however you call it. So I want to auto fit this column not through the mouse, I want to do it through the keyboard. So the interesting key we're going to use is a longer key combination. Actually, what I want to access is I want to know first of all where this auto fit option is available. It's available under the Home tab. There is a reason why I'm taking you through this navigation. You will understand it shortly. Home tab, and it is under the cells group format option, and here we have the auto fit column width. Now this is the tool we need to access. In Excel there are two type of keys you have. One is called shortcut keys. Generally it starts with control, shift or function keys or combination of these guys together. But access keys is a second type of keys which starts with alt key. When you work on access key, you should not press and hold any key. Generally, shortcut key means that let me give you a small example. Control C. How do you do it? You press and hold the control and you press the letter C. But when it comes to access key, you will not press and hold any key. All right. It's like just use one finger and go with the sequence of the letters I'm telling you. Okay. So let's do this right now. How do I find that? I know this auto fit column width is there in the Home tab, Cells group, Format, and in the auto fit column width option is here. So how do I find that out? What's the key for it? So watch that. First of all, I have to select my entire data. So how do I select my entire data? Control A. So be inside the data and press Control A for all. It selects your entire data. Then press the Alt key once. Okay, press the Alt key once. What happens is it pops up the letters on the top of your screen and says it is letter H to navigate to the Home tab. So I'm going to press the letter H. And once I press the letter H, now to access the format menu under the cells group, I need to press the letter O. O is an Oxford. So I'm going to press the letter O. Then to access my actual tool, which is auto fit column width, I need to press the letter I. So when I press the letter I, then it happens. So the key combination what we used is Alt H O I. So that's the key which we need for auto fit. So if you are a person who loves to do it through keyboard shortcuts, then this is your keyboard shortcut. I know it's a pretty lengthy combination, but when you keep practicing it, this becomes handy and you will do it much faster as the time goes on. Yeah. All right. So we got the data. Let's discuss the actual concept for this video. First of all, what is filtering? Okay. And why do you need filter basically in corporate life? See, there are only two types of reports in Excel world. One is manually managed by the person. So the person decides what to track, what not to track, if it is manually managed, isn't it? So last exercise also, you created the report. So you know what you're tracking. So you decide what to track, what not to track. But when it comes to The second type of data which the Excel users encounter is the downloadable data from systems like SAP or any other ERP or CRM systems, or to give you in common man term, from any other software which your organization is using. So when you use certain softwares, see, for example, whatever transactions happens in a supermarket, they don't track it in Excel, isn't it? There is always a system. They have a barcode reader, they scan it, and it gets into some software. End of the day, if the person wants to know the transactions can be downloadable into an Excel file. So I'm talking about those kind of data. Let it be a supermarket data. It can be a financial transaction of a government or a company or any other. It can be even a coffee shop also. Yeah. So once you download that, that will have entire information. But what happens if you want to focus only about a particular type of a product, a particular store only, particular city only, particular age group of the customer? So you want to look for a specific data from a huge data. And whenever you want to look for a specific data from a huge data, that is where you need filter. Yeah. So take this report which we are seeing right now in front of you. It has a lot of different types of product category. Yeah. I want to look only for the product category LCV. I don't need other product category data. So I want to filter only LCV. How do I do that? Where is this filter tool available? It is available in two different places for you. First place in the home tab, and under the editing group, you have sort and filter drop down. When you click sort and filter, here is your filter. Yeah. So this is the tool we are talking about. If you do not want this filter, you can go back to the same place and turn it off. Home tab, editing group, sort and filter, click on the filter again, it turns off. So that's the first place where you can find it. The second place where you can find the filter is data tab and sort and filter group, and here is the filter. So when I click on it, it's going to turn on the filter, click on it, turns off the filter. But when I keep the mouse over it or hover the mouse over that particular word, it shows a Control Shift L, L as in London, is the shortcut key to turn on the filter. So I'm going to try that key, Control Shift L, L as in London. So now you can see it turned on the filter. So as in when I use the word filter, I'm talking about these drop downs which are getting activated when you press that key or turn on the tool. So now, what is the role of this drop down? So now remember, we want the data of LCV, right? So I can go to the product category. Just give me a minute. There's something wrong about my mouse. Okay, here we go. So let's click the product category drop down. Watch it. First thing, it shows all the different type of product categories you have in that column. Whether you have 10,000 rows of data or 1 lakh rows of data, it's going to show you all the unique items under that column. But there is a catch here. Limitation of Excel is it can show you only up to 10,000 unique items, not more than that. Anything more than that, still you can filter, but it will not show you in the list. That's something you should be aware of. So let's say, for example, if I'm going to have a 20,000 different type of unique items, let's take a bigger retailer like Amazon. When we are dealing with more than 40, 50 thousands of unique items, if I'm going to download it to an Excel on the products level data, when I turn on the filter and go to the product column, then it will not show me everything because of this limitation. Yeah. Remember, the list what you see is limited to 10,000, but still you do have other product data, but the list will not be shown to you after 10,000 unique items. So here the number of unique items are very less. There's no issues in it. So what do we want here? We need only the LCV. Now, whichever is having a check mark or a tick mark will be shown to you. Now, everything has a tick mark. We need only LCV. Why everything has a tick mark? Because select all is active. So I'm going to click on it. So everything gets deselected. Now I want to go ahead and choose LCV. So which is only active right now? LCV. So this is the only data which is going to be given to me right now. So let's click OK. And now you could see we are looking at only LCV. Now I'm going to press Control Z or Control Z. So let's say if my list is pretty big or pretty long, should I need to scroll and see where my product is? The answer is no. There's another way to locate your required value. So let's go here. There is this box called search. What am I searching for? LCV. So the moment I type LCV, it shows me the product which has that matching characters. So when I type just LC, nothing comes in. Just LC, you can see wherever the letter L is present, all those product categories have been shown to me. So you can be really, so if I put only CV, wherever the CV is there, it's going to come to me. But I'm looking for LCV, so I'm going to type LCV, then it's bringing up only LCV to me. Yeah. So when I click OK, we got LCV. Yeah. So product category LCV has been filtered right now. Okay. So watch closely when I go to this drop down. Did you notice right above the search there is something called text filter? Remember, what type of filter shown to you is depending on what type of data you have in that column. Let me repeat the words. The type of filter which will be shown to you is based on the type of value you hold inside that column. Now, product category is containing text type of value, and that's why you are seeing text filters. And look at this arrow when I click. These are the different options you have to play along with your product category looking for. For example, if I want to look for the one which starts with the letter T, so I can go ahead and say begins with the letter T and click OK. It's going to show me all those which are beginning with T. So when you go to this drop down, and always look out what type of filter are you accessing it. Suppose if you want to look for entire data back again, you can simply click on clear filter and that will show you the entire data. Now, I told you because this is a text value, it showed you the text. Let's go to a numerical column. Units supplied is a numerical column. So when I click here, what type of filter am I going to see? Text filter or a number filter? It's a number here. So obviously we're going to look at number filter. Watch it. When I go to number filter, look at the choices I have here. All these logics I can apply on this column to look for my desired value. Example, when I want to look only those units which are more than 800, when I want to see only those, I can simply type greater than and type 800 in that box and click OK. Now it's going to display only those transactions where the unit supplied is more than 800, and that is for the number. So let's clear this filter. Let's go to a date. And what type of filter am I going to see? Let's click here. Watch now. Date filter is quite interesting one, my friend, because dates are hierarchical data. What do we mean by hierarchical data is, if you see these plus signs, you did not see these kind of plus signs when you went for the numerical filtering and when you went for the text filtering. But for date alone, you get to see that plus sign. Reason, dates can be filtered by year wise. You can expand and go in that particular year. You can even choose a particular month. Even in that month, you can even say you need only certain dates. So there are 3 levels you can go inside a date. One is a year, and the next one is a month, and the third one is the day. So that's the extreme you can play along with the date. Yeah. Similarly, when you're working on a date column, what you see here is a date filters. So when I go to date filters, there is a hell of a lot of options available for, because dates are very crucial when it comes to business. Am I right? We would love to study year-on-year comparisons, monthly comparisons, quarterly comparisons. We want to prepare monthly reports, weekly reports, quarterly reports, financial year reports. So They have given you a lot of options to play with when it comes to dates. So I would suggest you to play along with these options, what is there for you. Let me help you by giving you certain information here. You could see something like next week, this week, last week. Same goes for month, same goes for quarter, same goes for year. All these works when you have a current year data, especially for the week level, day levels, month level, quarter level. If you have a current year data, perfectly it works. Or if you have just a 3-year data, current, previous, next, absolutely this works when you go by these options. Yeah. All these are workable provided you are working in a current dated informations. Yeah. But the first 4 are meant for any type of periodical informations. No matter whatever your dates are ranging from which date to which date, it still works. So let's say I want to look out for the financial year 21-22. In India, the financial years are seen from April to March. Yeah. So when I say financial year 21-22, it is 1st April 2021 till 31st March 2022. So when I have that requirement, how do I filter it? So there are 2 ways I can do it. First, I can deselect it and I can activate expand 2022. And in 2022, I can activate only the March. And let's click this again. Let's go to 2021 and activate everything on it, but deselect Jan, Feb, and March. I'm sorry. When I keep this option, you can see here in 2022, we kept only the Jan, Feb, and March. In 2022, we need these 3 months. But in 2021, we need from April onwards. So I can do it like this. So when I click OK, I'm going to look at the dates ranging from 1st April 2021 till 31st March 2022. Now, by the way I'm doing it, you could see that some of you might feel that this is little bit cheeky weaky kind of a thing, because you need to do little carefully, because if you tick off the wrong ones, and the report what you're going to present is absolutely wrong. Yeah. So what's the best way to handle such kind of things is using the date filter options, my friend. So I go to date filter, and because my requirement is a range of dates, I'm going to go for the option between. Once I click between, here all I have to do is just type the starting date of the range and the ending date of the range. But what format will I type? Is it date month year, or month date year, or year month day? This is purely dependent not on the format of the date year. It is dependent on the format of your computer. So look at the bottom right corner of your computer. Whatever way your computer reads the date, that's the same way you got to put it. Now, the interesting part here today is I'm recording this video on 3rd March. So I don't know how it reads it, but I know how my computer reads it. It's date, month, and year. So we need to put it in that way. So 1st April, so I'm going to type 01-04-2021 till 31st March 2022. And that's how I type it. Now, whatever format I'm typing here, don't follow me. Please follow your computer format and type it in that format. So when you click OK, you will be presented with that period data. Now, how many transactions has come for that selected item? How do I know? Where do I go and check it? There are 2 ways to find it. The first method is you can click on the column where you applied the filter and look at the bottom, the status bar here, where you see this average count. Count is the one which you have to take it. It says 979, which is including the header. So that's one way to find it. The other place to find how many transactions has come for your filtered action is if you look at the left hand bottom corner of your screen, right below the word sheet 1, it says 978 of 5,000 records. So out of 5,000 records, 978 billing or 978 orders we have taken in that financial year. That's how you will know that this is my required data out of that huge chunk data. Yeah. So we have seen here, how do you filter a text column? How do you filter a number column? How do you filter a date column? Now, can I do filter on multiple column at the same time? Absolutely yes. So we're going to see that example right now. So I'm going to turn off, clear this filter. So I can click here and let's clear the filter. Okay, so I'm going to go and let's take, I'm going to do that particular exercise right now. So let's take this example first. I want to know the transaction of LCV. Okay, so let's go and pick transaction of LCV. How do we do that? We did last time the same way I'm doing it. So now we are looking at the data of LCV. Now, whatever we are saying is the entire transaction pertaining to the product category LCV. Now in LCV, I don't want to see the sales done in all the territories. I want to see the sales done only for the territory 2. So I'm going to click here and choose only territory 2. So now I'm seeing only the territory 2 sales of the product LCV. Now in that, I want to see only those transactions where the quantity is more than 700. So let's go ahead and say more than 700. Click OK. Now it is presenting me only those which are more than 700. Now that too only for the year 2021. I got a billing date column. I want to choose just for the 2021. Yeah, I'm going to click OK. And in 2021, we have done only 6 transactions where the quantity was more than 700 and the territory was 2 and the product is LCV. So in 2021, what it tells me that they have done only 6 transactions where the units were more than 800 in territory 2. So when you do filtering on a business level requirement, it will start showing you that what is happening in the business. But if you do not know the filter, it's quite difficult to come to such kind of conclusions or, you know, sometimes these kind of findings also. So sometimes filtering is really amazing to give you some insights on your data. Yeah. So I've shown you how do you do it for multiple columns. So let's turn off this filter to show the entire. Now I don't need to go to each and every column to clear the filter. Instead, I can press Control Shift L. L is in London again. So it's turning off my filter and it is bringing my entire data back again. So now what we have seen is how do we do multiple filtering. Now we are going to advanced level. Okay, so what I've shown you right now is a basic level and intermediate level of filtering. Now we need to talk about advanced leveling in the filter. So let's talk about that. Let's go to sheet 2. Okay, so there might be some of our viewers or subscribers looking for some kind of inputs. Say they, Hari, can you give me something which I don't know or I haven't tried? So let's see. I can give you something. So watch here. I have 2 data sets here. One is on the top and one is at the bottom. There are 2 data sets are there. So in the first data set, I want to filter the dealer contract tenure which are more than 80. Okay, so I want to filter the dealer contract which is more than 80. So what's the shortcut key? Control Shift L. L is in London. So we click here and we go to number filter, greater than, and we want to take which are greater than 80. Okay, when I click OK, so what we are looking at is only those data in the first data set where the dealer contract tenure is more than 80. Done. This is something we already know. We already learned in the previous sheet. Now we need to see, can I filter the LCV data here in this data? But when I do the filter for LCV in the second data set, I should not lose the filter in the first data set. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let me repeat it again. In the second data set, I want to filter LCV. But when I filter LCV here, I should not lose the filter on the first data set. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. So what's the big deal? So let's go ahead and press Control Shift and L. It should do it. Oh, what's it? We lost the filter on the data set where we already applied. So does that mean that I cannot have multiple filter? Will Excel allow only one filter in a sheet? The answer is yes, to a certain extent. Okay, but this is a surprise for the people. Many people in my experience are not aware how to do such kind of requirements. When they have a requirement like they have to do multiple filter on multiple tables on the sheet, since they are not able to do it, it's not letting them to do, they'll start creating multiple sheets to do this. See, watch here. Suppose if I put a filter in this data and filter LCV, give you much more clarity what I'm talking about. So when I go to the other data, and let's say even if I select the header row and turn it on, I lose the first one. So it does not allow me to have it. So what's the solution for this? The solution is very interesting tool. So watch this. Before you use this tool, make sure that you don't have any filter drop downs in any of the data set. So I click inside the first data set and I'm going to go to the home tab and I'm going to go to the styles group where I could see the tool called format as table. So I'm going to go for that and I'm going to pick up any design whichever I feel is okay for me. So I'm going to click on this. A small box pops up and it has two questions for me. So look at these dotted lines running around. It is exactly running around the border of my data. So the first question for you is, has it selected the entire data for you? Yes, correctly. Then it's asking whether your table has header. Obviously, I have header. So I'm not going to disturb anything here. Simply going to click OK. So we got the filter drop down. Okay, let's go to the second data set. Let's use the same tool. Home tab, styles group, format as table. Let's click any format, whichever you like it, and then click OK. And watch it. It's right there in front of you. Let's click the first drop tab, number filter, greater than, and I'm going to type 80. Done. I'm going to come here, click the drop tab, and let's choose LCV. There you go. So the solution for the problem is format as table. So whenever you want to have multiple filter on the same worksheet, you have a lot of tables one below the other, then format as table is something which can really help you a lot. Okay, a small thing which you have to take care is make sure your data set is one below the other, not one after the other, because when you place it parallelly one after the other, when you filter one, obviously the rows are going to get hidden, so the other data set will also get impacted. So those who are planning MIs, reports, dashboards, you guys have to plan it in such a way when you're planning to use these kind of concepts. Make sure that the data sets are kept one below the other so that you can use the table option and play along when you're presenting to the audience. Yeah. I hope the advanced level users are quite happy that you got this input. And I have one more input for you, which is the final input of the video. Let's have a look into it. Yeah. All right, so let's get back to the sheet one. And I'm going to give you a situation which is quite interesting here. So listen to me. This is the final input for our filter. So you could see the column called PO number. PO stands for purchase order. Here, my PO numbers are all alphanumeric. Okay, it's a 12-digit alphanumeric values. So let's say I want to filter the PO numbers which are raised for the sub dealers. The problem here is there is no column for me which says is it a customer or a dealer or a sub dealer. There's no column to signify that. But if I have a column, I could simply filter it. My job is very easy. But here, the data does not have it. That's the actual reality in most of the cases. So now the finance team or the billing team is telling you if it has been billed for a sub dealer, the fourth character will be the letter S, SS and SAM. Okay. So they say if you see the fourth character yes, that means it belongs to subdealer. So how do I find fourth character yes? So let me turn on the filter. If it is an alphanumeric, what type of filter will I get? Will I get numeric filter or text filter? The answer is it's text filter. So if it's an alphanumeric, Excel is going to consider that as a text filter. Okay. So I'm going to go to the text filter here to check, is there any option to give me that requirement? Fourth character, specific to position. Okay. Especially I need the letter S in the fourth position. Okay. Keep that in mind. So obviously I cannot go for the option like begins with or ends with. I'm not looking for the one. I can't go for contains, because if I go for contains yes, wherever the yes is there, I'll get that. That is not something I'm looking for. Specifically, I need the yes in the fourth position. So what's the answer? So I want to go for the last option, custom filter. So when I go for custom filter, the answer for a question is lying in the last two lines of this dialog box. So if you see, the first line is saying use question mark to represent any single character. This last line is saying use a star or asterisk, whatever we call it, to represent any series of characters. So let me help you out here. So they mean to say that if you put one question mark in the box where the cursor is blinking, it means you're asking for one character. So in that column, whichever has just one character, I'll give you that. But whereas if you put a star, I'll give you any number of characters. So question mark should be used when I am restricted by the length. Asterisk is not restricted by length. Okay. So if I put one asterisk, it means any number of character. So what is our requirement? The fourth character should be yes, but after the letter yes, I can have any number of characters, right? So how do I specifically say fourth character should be the letter yes? So I go to the box where the cursor is blinking, one question mark, two question mark, three question mark, and then the letter yes, no matter whether it is uppercase or lowercase. After the letter yes, I can have any number of characters. So I want to say star. So what I literally typed here is three question mark and the letter S followed by asterisk. So why three question mark and yes? That means one question mark represents one character. I'm sorry. When I put three question mark, I'm saying make sure there are three characters appearing before the letter yes. So after the letter yes, you can have any number of characters. So when I click OK, what's it? We are looking at all those PO numbers where the fourth character is the letter yes, followed by any number of characters. But here our PO number is all 12 digit. So followed by anything doesn't matter. Yeah. So let me help you out here. Okay. By giving you a small example. So watch this closely. If you put one question mark, it means single character. If you put asterisk, it means any number of characters. So because we need yes in the fourth question, we typed three question mark before the yes, and after yes, I can have any number of characters. So I put star. So watch it. If I put not on this data, so to help you out, if I put just four question marks, what am I asking for? Four character code. If I put four question mark and then the letter T, I'm asking 5 character code ends with T. So if I put A for question mark and T, that means starts with A and in between four characters, ends with the letter T. Okay, watch this. If I put something like this, T star 9. So what am I asking for? Start with A, in between two character, and then letter T followed by any number of characters, but should end with 9. Okay, so that's how these two. So these two symbols, what do we call it? As wildcard characters. When do I have to use this wildcard characters in my filtering? See, when you have the exact information, there's no need to use these characters at all. But when somebody gives you partial information, not the complete, half of the information, somebody comes and tells you that, hey, can you get the transaction pertaining to India? But I remember it will be a 7 character code, and it will have the IN starting from the second position. Can you take those datas out? And when they come up with such kind of requirement, that is where you have to think about these things. Sometimes people will say, can you get me only the 5 character code or 10 character codes or 7 character codes? Yeah. So those are the times you have to think about using these. Yeah. So that brings us to the end of our filtering the data video. So in this video, what you guys have learned, how do you individually filter numerical data, text data, date related data? How do you apply multiple column filtering? And how do you apply multiple data filtering using format as table? And you also learned about how do you filter using the wildcard characters like star and question mark when somebody gives you only partial informations. Yeah, experiment it, practice with the file, which I'm going to give you the downloadable link in the description section. If you have any queries, if you need more example, do feel free to put that in the comment section. I am happy to help you out to get the confidence on this area. Yeah, so we will meet again in the next video with a different input. Until then, signing off, Hariharan.